Hi, my name is Sean Roberts. These are my rehearsal journals for the National Theatre Connections project, and this is my rehearsal journal for the 6th of March. Last one. So bittersweet, man. So, what goals are you hoping to achieve today in accordance to your production schedule or action plan timetable? So I'm doing another weekly one because I find this is a lot easier than doing day by day. So the goals were working on scenes that need the most work, continuing devising for Sunday with Lydia, devising process completed, and moving on to polishing scenes, and working from Wednesday receiving feedback to complete weaker scenes. Don't know what I was going to say there. Oh yeah, we managed to complete Sunday, and I actually really like the way it came out with all the transitions and stuff like that. So obviously we finished the devising process. We did work on scenes as well, so Wednesday needed a lot of work, especially with cues and like being really snappy, and also Tuesday with the emotion, and like there was a lot of working with Louis to change like the pitch in his voice and stuff, which made it really effective, and I actually really liked it. And then also Saturday we needed to polish, and we also, I'm surprised I didn't get told off for this, but on the Monday we were in, which was the 2nd, and I had the idea of having a lift for Bex, so I said, just out of the blue, why don't we give her a flip? And then everyone thought it was really cool, so we tried it, made sure she was safe and everything, and it actually looked pretty cool. So I was quite proud of that, and that was a creative idea which I haven't written down, which I should have. But yeah, I gave Bex a flip and she actually really enjoyed it, and it looked really cool. And obviously it got changed as well. But it looked cool. So yeah, what targets did you set yourself towards personal development of your skills as a performer and towards the completion of production elements, and how are you aiming to use the session to improve? So I wrote down to keep focused and engaged, remembering, blocking and applying feedback, because when we were doing Sunday, I kept forgetting to do the second roll back into the tree after I become a rock for the second time. So it's when Bex is talking about Kaylee, me, George and Ryan roll out and we become a rock again, and Arlene sits on me, and then when we come out we roll back into the tree, but I keep forgetting to roll, so I was sliding. A part of the problem was my trousers, but we fixed that and I ended up wearing jeans instead, which helped a lot. But yeah, I need to remember to apply feedback. I need to sneeze in a minute. I'm very sorry if I do sneeze. What activities have you undertaken today to prepare for your performance, and how have they helped towards the development of the piece? So receiving feedback, that helped because that helps with obviously developing the piece, but also working with little sections to improve. My phone is flashing at me. Okay. Yeah, but that helps with like specific areas we need to improve on, and then we can also apply that, and if it's specific character feedback, that will help with the development of our characters as well. Finishing Sunday, obviously that's like the last scene, and we all really didn't like the ending, but we were just kind of sucked up anyway. And yeah, and then polishing scenes, that helps with seeing how the final result will look, and stuff like that. So yeah, what creative ideas have you had today towards the performance material, and how are they received by the group, whether used or tried or not? So obviously I had the flip, which I talked about, and then also upon Lydia's request, I kind of like polished the cue words for Sunday, as no one seemed to remember them, which was really frustrating because we did a run on the Friday when we had finished everything, and we literally did Sunday the day before and no one remembered it, and it was really frustrating because it's obvious that no one looks or rehearses at home, where there's so many people, or there's like quite a few people that will go home, rehearse, look over blocking, like write notes on their script, do work at home, and then others just like go home and just like play games or something, or just sit on their phone for hours watching Netflix or something like that, when they should be rehearsing. And you can tell who that is, because the people who do go home and write notes and remember blocking are the ones who remember the cues, whereas the people who don't just follow along. And if you're at the end of the line and you're the start of the queue, people are counting on you to move so everyone can follow through to get into the position. And like Louis, I know I'm picking on him, but he was the end of the line when we were doing the run on Friday. I remember the cues, I was on the other end of the line, so I was the furthest away from where we were supposed to be. And then it got to the queue line, which was, then they didn't make it. I start moving, and I'm ushering my group. I said to Eileen and Georgia, I go. We're then slowly walking forward. Louis doesn't see that we're all walking forward because we need to move into the tree, and then he's just like slowly going, and then we all get told off because Louis forgot his cue, which is really annoying, and it just shows that like the difference in people who actually go home to rehearse and people who don't. It's really frustrating. So I ran through the cues with everyone. Well, I didn't run through it, I made up the cues, or like refined the cues. So the first cue is Kyle said, we'll be going to the first tree. And then when we come out of the rock, when me and George come out of the rock, that's when we go to the second tree. The sun has set, we all set like the sun and move to the back to form the groups. And then when Mira says then they didn't make it, that's when we go into the third tree. And I literally spent ages. I put pictures on the group chat, I annotated my script, I made sure everyone knew what we were doing, in the vain hope that people actually do look at it. And if they don't, I'm going to be so frustrated because I've put all that effort in and it would have just been wasted because no one would look at it. So yeah, that was a bit of a rant, I'm very, very sorry. Which activities you found were not helpful in any preparation and why? I said none. But once again, people just need to be going over cues and blocking because it's really frustrating when you know the blocking and you're the only person that's doing it, and you know the cues and you're the only person that's going at the right cue. Because some people are leaders, some people are followers, and like obviously it links with the characters as well because some are leaders, some are followers, some are just like independent like me. Hi. But some people in the group are followers, some people in the group are leaders, and when one person goes on the queue, everyone follows them, but everyone should know the queue so we all go at the same time. And it doesn't look professional when like two people are going at the right time and then everyone else is staggered, especially when there's a lift involved. Like the people who are lifting need to know their cue so they can get the person they're lifting up into the lift on time, so then everyone can come behind them and transition into the tree. It's just, it's really frustrating, if you couldn't tell. What activities you found were helpful in any preparation? Why? I said polishing, because you get to, sorry, that was my sister. You get to start seeing what the show looks like. Finishing Sunday, because that's the last thing of the show, and then also receiving feedback to help improve and develop the show and your characters too. What research have you used to prepare for your performance? Physical theatre transitions, because looking at them you can see how smooth they do it, and then looking at us, we're not as smooth, so we need to be a lot more smoother and quicker and more professional. And also how to get up quicker, because a repeated piece of feedback that I've had is I take the longest to get up off the floor after rolling. So I need to research ways on how to be quicker at that. What do you need to do next week in order to be successful? Apply feedback and research, go over cues for Sunday with the group. Simple as, but they need to know the cues, otherwise it's not going to look good, and it's just, if they don't know the cues, they're pretty much letting the team down, and it's just not right. But that was a really, really, really ranty one, and I'm very, very sorry. But that is my rehearsal journal for the 6th of March, and it's the final one. I'm so sad. I already miss it. So, yeah.